the data from one environment to the another environment. When exactly we need to move the data from one environment to another environment? We already learned. Okay, if you want to move the data as it is, what is the method we need to use? As it is. If you want to move the database as it is to another location or another environment, attach and detach. Okay, and if you want database objects and data, then what you need to do? Database objects and data. Database objects and data. Forgot? Go ahead. Backup and restore method we need to use. Okay. Then if you want only database objects, no data. If you want to move the only database objects, we need to generate the scripts. Don't give me blank spaces. Scary things. Okay. And if you want to move only data, then we can use the import export. The import export method is a basic ETL thing. Import. ETL means what? What is ETL stands for? Extract, transform, and load. Okay? Extract, transform, and load. Then where we need to extract the data? Where we need to? Where we can extract the data? Where we can extract the data? From the databases. Okay? The place where we are extracting the data, you can call them as data sources. Okay? Data sources. And the place where we are loading the data, we are calling them as data destinations or target servers. Okay? Either you can use source to target or source to destination. Anything you can use. Okay? Now, extract, transform, and load. Now, but first we already did that extracting the data and loading the data using the process called import and export. Is it true or not? We did it or not? Import and export. But what are the capabilities of import and export? We can simply take the data and load the data. What happens if the data doesn't matches? Can we do it? Do anything in import and export? Nothing. If the data matches only, we can load the data. Okay? Means what? The environment should match. Then here we are just extracting and loading. We are not doing any transforming. But wherever the extracting and loading is also one of the data movement. Okay? But if there is a transformation is needed, then we need to use the ETL tool. Okay? Then we need to use the ETL tool to load the data. But how you can decide? Yes, you are extracting the data, but how you need to decide and how you will come to the conclusion that what type of transaction we need to apply? How do you know? How do you know? Exactly. You need to have the understanding of the destination structure. Okay? You need to have the complete understanding of the destination structure. Then only you can completely move from source to destination. Then whatever is missing, the source data is whatever the features are missing from the source data to destination, then we need to transform the source data that should closely match with the destination structure. Okay? Then you should always depend upon the destination structure. The source data might come from the one place, might come from the multiple places, or might come from the hundreds of different places. Then you should match, then transform. Then we need to use a tool called ETL. Right now we are going to learn about our own ETL tool called SQL Server Integration Services. Okay, what does it mean exactly? Integration services. Means what? To connecting the databases, to transform the data, to connect the destination. What we need to do? We need to run some programs. Do we need to run some programs or not? Okay, those programs called as control flows. Those programs are called what? Control flows. Then here the program you can call them as task. whatever the program you are running to connect the database, retrieve the data, okay, transform the data and load the data or delete the data, whatever the program you are doing, you can call that program as what? Task, SSIS task, okay, control flow task, or you can call them as control flow task. In the control flow task, there are many programs, but exclusively, there are some of the programs exclusively related to connecting to the data and transforming the data and connecting to the destination. Only relates with the data related programs. Those flows or those complete programs can be called as data flow tasks. But in the control flow, we have hundreds of programs, okay? But out of that, there are some exclusive programs only dealt with data. Then those programs are called what? Data flow tasks. Then once you are connecting to the control, means all the running the tasks. But when you are connecting to the SQL Server, when you are connecting to the Oracle, when you are connecting to the analysis services, when you are connecting to the Excel sheets or another data formats, then are you going to follow the same methodology? Are you going to follow the same method? Can you connect the same way to the SQL Server and Oracle? SQL Server, what do you need? You need to have the server name. You need to have the either authentication level, either Windows. If it is Windows, you need to give the Windows authentication credentials. If it is SQL Server, you need to give the SQL Server authentication credential, and you need to tell the database name. And if you are connecting to Oracle, you need to give the schema name and the server name and Oracle instance. Okay. Then if at all any database username and password is there, then you need to use. Okay. If you are connecting to MySQL, okay, then you need to give the server name and the database name. And if any authentication is there. If you are connecting to any other, then there's the. But how can you maintain these things? Then you need to use the program called, the program to manage all these connections is called what? Connection Manager. What is that? Connection Manager. Okay, Connection Manager. Now next. Yes, you are connecting it and you are loading the data, okay, and retrieving the data and loading the data. That's good. What happens when you run one program? When you run program, what happens? Then what is the result you will get? Always you will get the result? No, might be fail. Might be fail. Then what will happen if it fails? Remember guys, ETL process is like, anybody know about a transport company? Transport company, how you will manage? Once you are sending the goods from source to destination, okay? Then if you are just blindly sending source to destination, if it is going perfectly, no problem. What happens if in the middle something happens? It will not get to the destination. Then if you're not making some appropriate arrangements, what will happen? How can it come back? It will stay there only. Some problem happened. Flat tire happened. Then it will not go to the destination and it will not come back to the source. Then remember data also, when it travels, if you're not taking proper things, means what you should know when one program runs successfully, what you need to do. When the program fails, what you should do. When the flat tire happens, what you should do. The people should have the contact number of AAAs or somebody. Or else, okay, when the complete vehicle is not in a moving position and you need to send a backup. And there is a simultaneously one more location, you need to have some vehicles ready, standby, okay, take it and load it. Okay, like that, you need to have, then that is called perfect moving of data. Then if it is moving slowly without doing anything, yes, you can use import and export. Okay, but something happened in the middle. You need to take care. You need to assume. Okay, you should not expect everything will go perfectly always. Like that in the ETL also. Okay, when you are moving the data from source to destination, if something happened in the middle, what will happen? If you are not telling what to do, what the data will do? Stay like that. Okay, it will not come back. Remember, data never come back by automatically like transport company. If you're not making any necessary arrangements. Okay? Okay, those things, how can you manage those things? Okay, then you need to have something like precedence constraints. Constraints means what? Either success or failure. What you will do when it is succeed, what you will do when it is failure. Okay, you cannot. Okay, you can keep multiple points. Okay, when it crosses some point, automatically somebody should call you. Okay, when it's filling up the gas, somebody should call you. Then you know the vehicle is at that particular location. And arrange one GPS system, then you can track the vehicle like that. Okay, then don't put it in the same version in ETL. We'll do the similar thing. Okay, if you are considering the transport company, okay, how exactly it works successfully, you can perfectly make the ETL. Then you should know, okay, from where to where you are moving, then that kind of information if you are carrying before moving the goods, that kind of information technically in the ETL you call them as data mapping documents. What is that? Data mapping documents. Now, next. Yes, not only success or failure. What happens in the middle if you want to do something? What happens if it is going to the, attaching to the one more thing if you want to do something? What happens if one of the, not entire vehicle failed, one of the concept of the vehicle failed? Something happened to the driver. Then what you need? Means what? In each and every event, okay, you need to maintain and you need to handle those events. Okay, you can do with the event handlers. Event handlers. What are the events? On error, on success, okay, on error, on completion, on process, before start, after start, okay, and in middle of the process, what you want to do. Okay, what you want to do, that everything you can maintain through the event handlers. Okay, event handlers. Now, all of these things are the main components you should know to create a simple ETL package. The program, once you build using the SSIS, you can call that program as package. You can call them what? Package or ETL package or SSIS package. Then how can you recognize the package? How can you recognize the database? With the file extension. Like here is also the extension for the ETL package is .dtsx. What is that? .dtsx. Okay? .dtsx. Then how can you build this package? What are the environments you need? Okay? DTSX, the package extension. The package, once you generate a package, the extension of that package is that the file extension of that package is DTSX. Okay? Now, once you generate, then what are the tools you need to use to build a package or build this program? Then normally like reporting also, you should go through Business Intelligence Development Studio, BITS. Okay, Business Intelligence Development Studio to develop the package. And after developing, what you're going to do? You need to run. You need to run the package. Means what? You need to execute a package. Running the package, you can call them as what? Executing a package. Then how can you execute a package? What are the tools needed to execute a package? Okay, in the development area, to run the package or to execute, in the development environment, you can execute a package in the bits environment, okay, and you can execute a package using the SQL Server Management Studio, okay, and you can execute a package using one exclusive tool called Execute Package Utility. Execute Package Utility. Or else, if you don't want to manually execute, you can schedule the package execution using SQL Server Agent. You can schedule the package using SQL Server Agent. And even you don't need to do anything. You can execute a package using the command prompt also. You can execute a package using the command prompt also. Command prompt also. Okay, there are many ways to execute a package. But are you going to execute a package wherever you build it? Means what? The package is going to build in the development environment, no? Okay, then what? Then you are going to execute in the production environment or in the other environment. Then how can you move the package from the one environment to other environment? You are moving the package. Okay, then you need to use a concept called deploy and install. Okay, you need to use the deployment utility to deploy the package, and after deploying you will get the deploy ready files or install ready files. Okay, then you need to install the package. Just like that, when you are downloading the Yahoo Messenger, maybe they are using the different environment in the development environment, or they are deploying in such a way that when they are giving the installation files to you, you are downloading the installation file and installing on your computer. Like that, package is also one program, one application. Okay, then what you need to do, it's not like a report. Okay, so keep it somewhere and somebody use it. It has to run it. No? It has to run it. Then you develop it and deploy it, and the deployment utility will create some installation files. Then use those installation files to install in the different environment. Okay, in the different environment. Then these are the things, the basic things about the package you should know to develop a simple package. Okay, let us go to the environment, to development environment called BITS, Business Intelligence Development Studio. If you are using SQL Server 2012, okay, you can use SQL Server Data Tools. Okay, SQL Server Data Tools. Same way, okay, to develop a package. Or else you can use a simple package, simple process called import export wizard. Okay, if there is no need of doing some transformations, you can use the import export wizard. Then one more thing we need to know, what is the earlier version? Because somebody might create a package in the earlier version. From 2005 onwards, the SSIS is there. But in 2000, there is no SSIS. There is a ETL tool called Data Transformation Services, called DTS. Okay, called DTS. That is with the SQL Server 2000. Okay, but is the upgraded version of DTS, SSIS? It is not upgraded version. It is a successor to DTS. What is that? It is a successor to DTS. Still, you can execute DTS and SSIS together. Okay, you can run SSIS and you can utilize that is the thing. You cannot see. Means what? Either you can migrate the DTS to the SSIS, or you can use as it is DTS in the SSIS. We are going to learn how to do that. Okay, we are going to learn how to do those things. Okay, now DTS, data transform, because you should know, maybe you are working from the last, you know the way you are entering into the market, you should know all these things. Okay, the previous version DTS Means what? Data transformation services. Maybe it has some less features than the SSIS. Even SSIS from 2005, 2008, 2008 up to and 2012, features are increased. The features are increased day by day. Like that, DTS also having the less features, but that is the exclusive ETL tool. Okay? Don't consider as it is an upgraded version of DTS SSIS. No. Okay? It is a successor. What is the difference between upgraded and successor? Upgraded means what? You are converting the same tool and adding the more features to the tool. But successor means what? It's a separate tool. Okay? Maybe going with the basics, but lot more features. Okay? Now, let us go to that environment. Okay? Let us go to the BITS environment, Business Intelligence Development Studio. Okay? Here, let us develop the first ETL package. Just new, open the package project, like whatever you did. Now, under the business intelligence package, there is one thing called integration services project. Okay, integration services package or project. Then name it as whatever you want. First ETL. Okay, or else first SSIS. Then you will get the development environment.
You said select integration service project, right?
Yes, integration service project. There is one more thing called integration service connection project. Okay, please don't touch it. Okay, I'll explain you what is that. Okay, integration service project. Then you will get the development environment. This is the development environment and this is a development window, and you can go through one by one. Let me explain you. Even you are using 2008 R2 also, you are going to get same environment. Or 2012 also, you are going to get the same environment. Okay, here you have multiple things. Okay, here, okay, in the left hand side, you have the control flows. Okay, means what? The list of all the packages, means what? List of all the tasks. Okay, list of all programs that use it for the entire ETL. Entire ETL. Okay, entire ETL package or entire SSIS. In that one, you have one specific data flow task. One specific data flow task. Okay, that is related. The data flow tasks means what? That is a bunch of data flow. Then whenever you are using, there is a first tab with the control flow, okay, and the next tab with the data flow. Then control flow includes all the control flow programs here. And when you are developing and the data flow, when you are using any data flow program, that will automatically goes into the data flow. Okay, means what? Data flow tasks are part of control flow tasks. Okay, part of control flow tasks. There you have the event handlers. There you can manage and know what to do and when. Then you have the package explorer after executing the package, or to browse the package or each and every program in the package. Explorer means like Windows Explorer, package explorer to know about. Now here you have the connection managers. Whatever the connection you used to build the SSIS package will be stored in the connection manager. Okay, will be stored in the connection manager here, and you have the solution explorer. Okay, let's go. Then if I'm going into the data flow task, there are lot many control flow tasks are there. Might be in 2012, there might be some favorite, some categorization is there, but don't confuse with that one. Okay, in 2012 only they made a categorization. Once you open the data flow tasks, so you will get another list of programs or another list of tasks. It is taking time. Yes. See, one of the program is automatically added here. One of the program is automatically added. Then you will get separate list of programs here. Okay, separate list of programs here. Now, these list of programs categorized into 3 different ones. Okay, what are those? Okay, inside the data flow, then you can go into the data flow, then there another list of programs exclusively related to the data, exclusively related to the, or exclusively programs related to the data. Then first set is data flow sources, the programs to connect the sources. And the second set is what? Data flow transformations, the programs to do the transformations. And the third set is what? Data flow destinations, the programs and the tasks to use to connect the destinations. Okay, the programs, the tasks used to connect the destinations. Okay, now here, once you open the package, in that you can create a number of packages in one solution, and the sources you can save it here, or else connection managers you can save it here. Okay, next. Okay, no, yes. 2012, yes, but the categorization might be different. Data flow, click on the data flow tasks here. You might get into the another tab, data flows, then you will get all the list here. Click on the next tab, data flow. But even if you didn't, did you got any single one-line message in the window, in the data flow? Okay, I'll look into your computer. Okay. Now, then how to use these programs one by one? How to use these programs? Now, first of all, we need to decide what we want to do. We need to decide what exactly we want to do. What we want to do right now, we need to decide before starting any ETL. That is the important thing you should learn. Okay? Before starting ETL, you should know what exactly you want to do. What we want to do right now. What we want to do. Let us take, okay, we need to have, let us take, there is some data in the products. Okay, there is some data in the product table. Okay, then there is customers information is there. Sheet 1, there is a product information is there. Okay, sheet 1, there is a product information is there. Then from this one, I need to take the product names. Okay, I need to take the product names and what we need to take? Everything? Not everything, only red color products. I need to take the red color products, product name and the product color and the standard cost of the product, 3 columns only. Okay, standard cost of the product. Okay, but then along with that, we need to add some more information, the user and the data of moving the information. Okay, the user who is moving that information and the data of moving that information. Means what? What is our destination table is having? Source table, okay? Okay, source table we have lot of, okay, we have lot of columns, but we are taking only 3 columns from the source table and we are moving into the destination table. There our destination table is having how many columns? 5 columns. Okay, in the data mapping document, we need to do that. The first column of source table is going to the first column. Second column is going to the second column. Third column is going to the third column. Then what about the 2 columns? Means what? Can I use the import export here? No, because the 2 columns are missing. Even right now, I don't know whether the data type matches or not. That we will come to know while working on it. Okay, then I should know the data type of here, data type of here. Okay, now here, then what do I do? Then in the while moving, in the middle, I need to generate 2 columns and I need to fill up the values into these 2 columns. I need to move into the destination. Means what? I need to extract and I need to transform, load the data. Here, what do I need to do? I need to extract the 3 columns from this source and generate 2 more columns in the middle and add 3 and plus 2 and load it into the destination. That's what I need to do. Everybody understood? Simple thing. Let us do it. Okay, then what is our source? What is our destination? Then what we need to do? Generating 2 columns in the middle. That is initial knowledge you have before generating the ETL package. Okay? Now, let us work on that. Let us create the first ETL. Now, what is the first thing what you need to do? We need to connect to the source. Source means what? Data flow source. Means what? That is a database task. Data task. Then first what we should consider? We should consider what? One program to connect the data. Means what? The program to connect the data is called data source task or data flow source task. That is there in the data flow task. Now first consider the data flow task. How to use the data flow task. You can select the data flow task, drag into the working area. Okay, just drag into the working area. Now you got one data flow task and with one green color arrow. Okay, then that green color arrow is called precedence constraint. The green color is for success and the red color is for what? Failure. What you want to do when the success happens, what you want to do when the failure happens. Okay, now let us go. But how you need to do? Either you can double click the data flow task or you can name it. Okay, means what? From Excel to SQL. You can name it in the real-time names also. From Excel to know. If you are using the 10 different tasks, the naming conventions are important. Now, how to do that? Now, once you consider the data flow task, select it and drag it into the middle. Now, either you can double click or right click and edit. Either you can double click or right click and edit to go and configure this data flow task. Then edit. Now, once you are editing, automatically you moved into the data flow tab. Okay, automatically. Now you got all the data flow tasks here. Now, what is the first task I need to consider? What is that? Source. Okay, means data flow source. Then I need to go to the source. But what source I need to use? Excel source. Now, where is the Excel source? Yes, Excel source. Take the Excel source, drag into the middle. Okay, now I got the Excel source here. Now name it and from the Excel file. Okay, Excel source. Now you got 2. Okay, and you got one into mark. In 2012, it might be shown in a different way. Okay, now green color and red color means what? Green color for success and red color for failure. What you want to do when the success happens, what you want to do when the failure happens. Okay, now let us go. Let us go and configure this Excel source. Means what? We need to connect the source. Now the connection managers. Either you can create a new connection XML manager here, or you can do automatically that connection will come here. Okay, now let us make connection managers. Okay, now either right click and edit or double click, whatever you want to do to configure this. Then once until you perfectly configure, this into mark will be here. If this is here means what? Either you can get warning symbol or with this cross symbol means what? If you are getting this symbol means what? Your task is not properly configured. Then you can just put your cursor, it will give the information why it is not. Okay, now double click it to configure. You will get Excel source connection wizard or Excel source editor. Okay, then what you need to do? Do you have any connection managers of Excel? If you created previously, then you can use it, or else create it new. Click on the new, then give the path of that Excel file. Where is that Excel file? On my desktop. Product info. Then automatically the Excel version selected as 97 2003, whatever the version you have. Then in the Excel, what are the column names? System doesn't know. You don't have an Excel file? Download it. Yeah, I'll send you. Not a problem. Okay. No, I told you to bring the data from SQL Zoo. No? Where are those Excel files? Okay, you can have the data. Now, here I'll send you, not a problem. Okay, now first row has the column names. Just concentrate here. After this, we'll repeat this task. Okay, now first row has the column names because Excel file doesn't have a specific column names. Then generally what we'll do, either in the first row, either in the second row, or in the third row, we'll use the column names. Okay, then defaultly the first row. If your first row doesn't have column names, remove it. Then what are the column names? The column names are going to be your Excel sheets. This A, B, C, D, E. Okay, the cell names are the top level cell names are going to be your column names. Now, click it on OK. Now, then data access mode. Now your Excel connection manager is there. Then automatically that connection manager comes here. See, in the connection manager window. Your connection manager is saved here. Okay, now, next. Now, how you are going to access the data from this? Either in the table format or you can write the query. Okay, either in the table name or view name. Variable means what? You are going to define your own name. Okay, variable means what? You are going to define your own memory space, means memory variable, your own name, or else take it as it is or write a query. Query means what? You need to select. Let us take it as a table or view format. Now, then it will list from which sheet. Table in the Excel workbook means what? Each sheet will be considered as one table. Okay, each sheet will be considered as one table. Now, which sheet you want to do? Now, which one? Sheet 1. Okay, make sure you selected proper. Yeah. Okay, you can see the preview. The preview, it will not show all the 100, all records, only 200 records. Okay, now make sure you selected the proper. Now it is not done. Now go to the next tab called columns. What columns you want to select? Are you going to move everything? No. Now next select whatever you want to move. What we did? I want only 3. Name, product color and standard cost. Name, color and standard cost. That's it, 3. Now, what happens if something happened while retrieving the values of 3? Then output columns are there, name, color. If you want to change the output column name, you can change it. Okay, you can change the product name, color, standard cost. Okay, system automatically applies the existing values. Now, error output means what? What happens if the name is having some problems? What happens if the color is having some problems? What happens standard cost is having some problems? What you want to do? What you want to do? Then you can do fail component, means what? Fail the program. Even the problem happens with one, fail the program, or else redirect, or else ignore the failure. Redirect means what? Skip it and go to the another row. Okay, redirect it to another row, or else ignore the failure. Okay, don't take it in seriously, ignore the failure, continue further. Okay, but the always recommended is fail component. Next, truncation. Truncation means what? Is the complete data is coming or not? Truncation is happening or not? Okay, means that if the truncation is occurring, what you want to do? Means what? If you are not able to read the entire value, means what? The system is truncating some data because of data types. Then what you want to do? Fail it. Okay, or else you can ignore it. Ignoring means what? You might lose some data. You might lose some data. If you are ready, you can use it. Like that. Then description. If you want to do, what you want to do? You can write whatever the description you want, but normally what you are doing, I'm converting the data. Okay, let us. Then if you want to do all the cells together, you can use ignore and failure here. Okay, one by one you can use it here. All together you can use it here. Okay, now, okay. See, you got any into mark or warning? Nothing. Means what? Configured. It doesn't mean it is done. Okay, it means that it's properly configured. Now next, what you want to do? Next, what is it? What is our thing? Correct destination. What is there in the middle? 2 columns. Then what we need to do to create a new columns? What we need to do to create it? Then I need to transform something. Means what? I need to transform. Means what? The original data is not sufficient. I need to create 2 columns. Then go to the data transformation. Then there is a task called derive column. Means what? I need to create it columns, no? I need to use derive column. Where it is? Derive column. Use the derive column here. Then what I want to do? Which one? Success one, failure one? Success. Just connect the success. Until you connect the success, this derive column doesn't understand what to do. Okay? Doesn't understand what to do. Then once you connected, then edit it. Now edit it. This is the derive column transformation editor. Okay? This is a transformation, not source. Then what is our purpose? Derived column. I need to create a new columns. No? Then there is a new column creation window here. Then if you want to use some functionality to create a new column, then you can use all these functionalities. Okay. Then there are all the available columns here. Means what? 3 columns are coming, and I need to create 3. Means what? Manually I can create a column, but what values I want to put it in there? Date. Okay. The execution time and the user who is loading the data. User who is loading the data. 2 more columns I want to include. Then what I need to do? Yes, I can create a new column. Okay, I can create a new column, or else to get the date time, I can use system variable. System variable. Okay, either creation start time, means what the package creation time, or container, means what the previous task time, or what you want to move. System name. Is the system time is there? No. Then creation time. Drag and create it. Now derived column 1, add as a new column. Either you can add it as a new column, or you can replace with that. Automatically the system time will take it. Okay, data type is also system will define the, because I'm taking the system variable, no? Or else I can create my own column and define my own variable. Define my own variable. Let us create my own column. Okay, column 2. Username. Okay, add as new column. Then what we need to do? What is the username? I can simply write okay. If it is showing red color, there is some problem here. Means what? That is not actually, because here the values and expressions you cannot use it like a T-SQL. Little bit different. Here I can use double semicolon to display the name. See, instead of system name, I want to put my own name. Okay, one is I am creating with the system variable. Other column I am using my own name. Okay, yes, done. The Unicode string means what? Here it will take all the metadata types, not the source. Means so Unicode means what? What is binary code? Combination of zeros and ones. Unicode means what? Single code, either 0 or 1. Means a Unicode string means what? Considering of Unicode strings. Okay, then that will consider as envar and everything. If it is not matching, let us. Okay. Now I got. Then here how many columns are there? 3 from here, 2 from here. Now next what I need to do? Destination. Okay, let us take the destination. What is our destination? Do we have any table created for it? Do we have any table created? We don't. Do we have any table for exactly this moment? What we want to do? Do we need to create manually, or we can create manually, or else then we don't know what data type we should use. Then let us take system cell. Not always, but in the real time you need to create manually. Okay, then let us see how to do that. Manually, as manually creating table, everybody knows. Okay, you guys know. But system, let us ask the system to create it. Now take what kind of destination it is? SQL Server table. Means what? We need to use OLEDB destination. Any database system, you can use the OLEDB. Okay, then use the OLEDB destination. Now it is not configured. Now if you want to configure also, it will throw the error. Okay, then until the source information doesn't came, cannot. Okay, now connect the successful here. Now you can configure, edit. Now means what? Do you have the connection information of the database or source? No, then create the new one. OLEDB connection manager, which database you want to use. Let me use employee, or else create the new one. Okay, create the, because this is I created last time, that's why those are saved here. Create the new one. What is the server name? Right. I can use the newer server name also if I can able to connect. Okay. Now then authentication, Windows authentication, and use the database. Let us take the database VHM. New.
Good morning. I just wanted to know, anybody needs data test or renewal?
Yes. Okay. Database and test the connection. The connection is good. Okay. Now click it on OK. Now automatically the native client is connected here. Okay. Now I'm connected. Then data access mode. Here is also data access mode. Means what? How to load the data. Here either normal load means what? Row by row load. There is a fast load is also there. What is the fast load? Means all rows at a time. Okay. Normal load means what? Row by row. And fast load means what? All load. Like take a snapshot and put it there in that. But always recommend a normal load. Yes, fast load is always fast than the normal load. Okay. But normal load will give you the option of row. If something happen in the middle, okay, you will get the option of doing something. But fast load, either success or failure. Okay, you don't know in where exactly you got there. Okay, now then same way SQL variables and a SQL command. Then you can use the insert into statement there. Now let us use table or view. Then the name of the table or view. But do you have any tables here? You don't have any tables. Then I can create a new table. Okay, but don't remain always. It will create a one. It will run only once. Creating a new table. Then click on the new table. Automatically the query will generate by the system with the default data types. Okay, whatever the data types that understood from the Excel sheets. Okay, understood from the Excel sheet. Then if you want to use the same table, use it, or else Excel prod. Okay, some table. Then I use the username, derived column 1. Oh, sorry, I forgot to give the name of derived column. Okay, username I gave it. All the information is there. Now, next. What happened, guys? Okay, now then take the preview of your table. Yes, name, color, standard cost, derived column 1, and username. Now, is it done? No. Then go for the mapping. See, automatically if the names are same, automatically it will map it. Or if the names are different, okay, let us go back to the connection manager. Okay. Let us create as new one. Then here derived column, instead of derived column, we'll use time of load. Okay. I can create it. Then here preview. Now go back to the mapping. If the name doesn't matches, see, system doesn't know what to map. Then how can you map it? Select this derived column which is coming from here and the time of load, map it. Or else you can use this drag down to connect it. Okay, derived column. Then same error map, but here not row by row. Okay, what happens in the middle? Something happened. Then description, what is happening here? Insert operation is happening. Okay, then truncation is also, if the data type doesn't matches, truncation will happen. Fail the component or ignore or redirect, you can use it. But let it use fail component. Now done. This is configuration of your first package is done. It's what data coming from source, derived column, and 2 columns are adding and loading into the destination. Then in the development, how can you execute a package? You can use the execute debug button here, okay? Or it will debug and execute. In debug means what? Looking for the errors, okay? Or else you can use the F5 button. Okay, let us execute. But while executing, you remember one thing, guys. Okay, here the table is once created, it's not going to be created always. Okay, once the table is created, you can go back to the management studio and check it whether the table is created or not. Okay, now here you can observe your green color arrows are there, but when you are executing, it will change into 3 different colors: white color and yellow color, red color, green color. Yellow color means what? It is in the middle of transformation or moving or in middle of process. Okay, and if it is showing red color means what? It failed. And if it is showing green color means what? Success. Okay, then you need to know. Let us see what kind of thing. If it is after configuration also, if it is showing some warning, then you need to concentrate on those warning, because data type doesn't match us. If here all the data type is matching, then we don't have any issues. Let us see, let we get any issues. Let us execute by clicking that execute button. Red color, I got first issue. Okay, red color means a data flow, then automatically the red color is there. Let us see what exactly the error in the progress. Not supported. Oh, 64-bit version. Okay, not a problem, guys. Okay, my computer is 64-bit and the Excel Office also 64-bit. That is the reason it is not supporting. Okay, let us how to change this one. Go to your project, SSIS properties. There is a debugging is there. Then make it as false. Okay, make it as false. Means what? It will not consider 64 to 64. It will consider whatever the original format is there. It will consider. If you get that error. Yeah. See the format. Okay. The connection manager is not supported in the 64-bit version of SSIS. Okay. Because my computer is having 64-bit SSIS and the Excel file is in the 32-bit format. Okay. Excel file is in the 32-bit format. SSIS is in the 64-bit format. Then it is trying to convert 32-bit to 64-bit. That's not happening. Then what I did is take as it is. Means what? Run 64-bit runtime, make it as false. Okay. Now let us go back and execute it. If you get that error only, you can do it. Not always you will get that error. Okay. Now let us execute it. See, yellow color means what? This is small. Then it is take 50 rows from here and derived column and 50 rows and loaded into the destination. All green means what? Success. And if it's showing any red color means what? There is some problem. You can go to the progress and see. Then in the progress also you can see if there are warnings are there. Okay, it will consider up to 4 warnings. If it is increasing more than 4 warnings, it will throw the error. Let us see the warning also. Could not open global stored memory to communicate because I kept it on the desktop. Okay, I kept it on the desktop because that is the reason. The file is on the desktop thing. It could not enable the global shared memory. Means what? You know, no? Windows 8 there is extra permissions applied on the desktop files. Okay, you need to use. Now, let us go and check in my database. Stop it. Once we execute, to design it again, you need to stop the debugging or stop running. Now, let us go back to your management studio. Okay, connect it. Databases, where we moved? Newer test. Let us see. OLEDB destination 1. Columns. We got name, color, time of load, and username. Okay. Now let us see the values. See. Okay, I got all the values. Now, this is the way you can move it. Now, what I want is that I want you guys to, if I'm showing one by one, then I don't know, it might run perfectly on my computer. But remember, ETL will not work in all environments same. I can do something same as it is perfectly in my computer, then that might not work same as it is in your computer, in your environment. Because it will always depends upon my computer, Excel version of Excel, 32-bit or 64-bit, the data, my SQL Server version, the data, the type of transformation I use. Everything depends. Okay, that is the reason what I want is that I want everybody to do some exercise. Okay, I'll give you the exercise, I will give you the sample databases and sample files, and then follow the steps to do. Means what? Meanwhile, you can do couple of simple tasks. Okay, means what? I want to know doing repeatedly. Repeatedly means what? One by one, one by one, one by one. Follow the steps. I gave you the steps to follow the steps to do those things. Once you finish that one, you will end up doing this. Make aware of all the environment. After that, if you're finding any errors, I'll work with you guys to what to add. We need to get the error, no? If you are not getting error in the first step, it is moving. I don't know why I need to configure this one. According to the error, we need to do something. If you are not getting everything is going smoothly, import export is good, no? Okay, import export is good. If everything is going smoothly, I need to get some mismatching. Okay, then some of the mismatching you can find it by using the data mapping document, and some of the mismatching you don't know until you execute in the system. Okay, you will run in the system. Then critical any ETL tool, the environment plays a key role. Okay, then how to set the environmental variable also, we'll work on it later. Okay, then that is plays a key role on which environment you are developing and which environment you are running. Okay, now what I'll do is that I'll give you that file, SSIS file. Okay, then there is a databases are there. Then you need to attach the databases into your management studio. Okay, and there is a file, Word file is there. You need to follow the step by step to finish those tasks one by one. Okay, then you need to know how to connecting several tasks. This is the same thing. What I give it, there is a couple of things continuously are there. Okay, what to use, there is a conditional split, there is a multicasting, like that. Simple task. And remaining, I'll cover entire task one by one. I'll explain you. Okay, but before that, if I may keep on explaining, you might not do the practice. I want you to do the basic task practicing. I want everybody to know how to create a packages. Okay, to run it, then I'll explain you about all the different tasks. Okay. Then what are the important things you should know? We will practice together too. Okay. This will take like 4 days of continuous things. Okay. Now, let me give you whatever we discuss, just concentrate on those things only. Okay. Now, file is there with me. Let me end it. Okay, I'm going to send it to you, Lina and Kritika, on mail. Okay?
Okay.
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 I'm going to send you the entire. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. Now the ETL tool, is it only possible that we can create derived columns ourselves, or can we use other columns from, say that I wanted to use a column from another sheet? Can I use the ETL tool for that as well?
Yes. We are going to learn if you are using from the multiple sources, how do you need to do? Okay?
Okay.
We can do it, not only one sheet or not on multiple sheets. Okay, how to take it from multiple sheets or how to take it from one sheet and from the table. Okay, we are going to work on those things, but basic task I want you to practice. Okay?
Okay.